Good morning, denture peeps. I wanted to speak to this comment right here. So this was posted on a video that I showed of a denture that came in that was in terrible, terrible shape. It was obviously, decades old and was bacteria laden and dirty and brown and just awful looking. And this person, hey, commented, my dad has had the same dentures for like 40 years. His were clean and still fit his face. So, first of all, I want to say that a lot of times we don't know what, is going on in our grandma's mouth or our grandfather's mouth or our parents' mouth or our kids' mouth. We're not in their mouth. We're not looking at things. And even if you are, taking out his dentures and cleaning them, you are not him. You are not her. You are not the person that is wearing those dentures. So it is impossible for you to know what's going on. And, a lot of times people are very stoic and they do not tell you what is happening, especially I will say as a parent, I have 5 children. I have always put their needs before my own. And it's definitely not something that I'm going to share with my children, whether they're little children or they're grown children. I just don't want to burden them with my own issues. When I am doing for my family, I'm not going to tell them the sacrifices that I'm making. That's just not how I operate. So it's just difficult to know, what's going on in your dad's mouth. I will tell you as an expert, and I am an expert in dentures, and I'm also a nurse, and I have been in the denture field my whole life. I've been a nurse since I was 20, that wearing the same appliance in your mouth for 40 years, it's just not working, okay? It's a prosthetic device, and the body changes. The body changes with age, but in the mouth, when you get your teeth pulled, the gums change dramatically when you first get them extracted in the first 6 months. But after that, your gums, your bone, will continue to resorb and shrink forever till the day that you die. So I know that you think that your dad's dentures are fitting fine, but they're not. It is just scientifically impossible for anybody's dentures to be fitting appropriately after 40 years of wearing the same dentures. It sounds to me like your dad is a very stoic man and that he's probably putting other people's needs before his own. I posted another video a couple of days ago with a denture that was even in worse shape. And it was at my son's office. And he sent me a picture of that denture and he said that the patient was an elderly lady and that her daughter brought her in to get new dentures because she had no idea what her mother had in her mouth. She had no idea how awful those dentures were and the condition of the gross, horrible, bacteria-laden stuff. And I mean, you couldn't even tell what kind of stuff was in that denture. Feel free to go back a couple videos and watch that. My son said that the daughter of this patient said, take these dentures, do not even give them back to her because I don't ever want her to put those in her mouth because it is horrifying to me that my mother has been using these and putting them in her mouth. Absolutely horrifying. And it's heartbreaking, so I get comments like this quite a lot. My granddad had the same dentures his whole entire life. He got them when he was 20, never had new ones. Well, trust me when I say he was having a really hard time. So dentures need to be replaced every 5 to 7 years. And I said what I said, and I'll keep saying it again. And you ask any dental professional and they will back me up. Dentures, the denture teeth, they're not made of enamel. They're not made of dentin. They are not parts of our body the way our normal teeth are and our normal teeth wear. They are a man-made product. It is made from a composite material of a plastic, of an acrylic, even porcelain wears. Not so fast, but it's very hard on your bone. Porcelain, that's why we don't use them very often. Everything wears down. That is a man-made product in your mouth, okay? Prosthetics need to be replaced at regular intervals. Even weight loss affects how your teeth, your dentures fit you. Your teeth wear down from chewing on them. That closes your bite, closes how far your jaw is closing. Your bones shrink. That changes how far your mouth is closing. So that doesn't seem like a big deal maybe, but this is what controls right here. This joint, the temporomandibular joint, is what controls how far your jaw is closing. Okay, this is my teeth. I have natural teeth. They are closing, in the dimension that they're supposed to be closing in. But with natural teeth even, they're probably closing a lot further than they were, 20 years ago, because my teeth have worn down. Dentures, in 20, 40 years, trust me when I say his temporomandibular joint has been very, very stressed from this. He may get headaches, he may have jaw fatigue, and he may have developed an underbite because from stretching and working that jaw, trying to make those dentures work, after all of those changes of the bone and the surfaces of the teeth over all of that time, it stretches out the musculature in here and causes this kind of a, protrusive movement of that jaw and causes an underbite. So I don't just get on this platform to, make claims that are false. I don't just come on here and say things to, the world so that, I don't mean, what would my motivation be? I'm a very small business on the Southern Oregon coast, and I have more business than I can keep up with. I'm not trying to drum up business. I'm not out here saying, hey, replace your dentures every 5 to 7 years so that I can make more money. Most of my followers are on the East Coast or in other parts of the world, I'm not getting on here making these claims to make any kind of money or create any kind of incentivized, motive for myself. I'm getting on here and telling you this because a lot of people don't know. There are, unfortunately, providers who do not take the time or are way too busy, or it's somebody else's job and it gets lost in the shuffle, to educate patients and to tell them, this is how to care for your dentures. This is when you need to go back to your provider. This is something that can be fixed. This is something that cannot be fixed. This is good. This is bad. This is how long you should wear your dentures. Sometimes people aren't given that information, and that's why I've taken upon myself to get on here and share my wisdom with you. So I'm not saying that you're saying this to be negative or anything, but trust me when I say 40-year-old dentures, we're not doing your dad any favors. We all deserve better than that, and I'm sure he does too. Okay, have a great day.